She's off her meds again, guys. Ugh. Good morning, y'all. Let's just put this over here. Good morning. Well, I wanted to sit down and take a break and share that time with you guys. I have been outside. I have been doing things. I have been doing other things. And then there were other things. I've been doing all the things. It is cold outside. I know some of you have it way worse than we do here. But by our standards and for us, we went from 80s to 20s. Yeah. I had forgotten what spring was like here. In another 10 days, we will have been here one whole year. It's hard for me to wrap my head around, but yet at the same time, I can definitely see where the time went. Whew. And we've got so many things going on right now. It's just what a glorious and wonderful time to be alive. And I mean that. Yeah, there's a whole lot of negativity and there's a whole lot of evil and there's a whole lot of ick. But you know, I want to focus on the beauty of it. You know, we're making friends left and right. This whole journey that we started on last summer on YouTube, we didn't think it would turn into anything. We really didn't. We thought, yeah, okay. You know, when we've lost our minds, stop it. In later years, when it's harder for us to remember things, we have a video diary of all the things that we're doing. So that's what our intent was. And as we started to get, 10 people and then 15 and then 20, and now we've surpassed 600, that's kind of mind-blowing. The intent became to be relatable to people and to give them something to smile about. That's really what we want to do. Call us crazy, and many of you have. And there's other things that I'm noticing along the way. There is a very physical and real come to Jesus happening in this country. It's amazing to see. There is an awakening happening, the kind I've never seen before. And it's fun. I love hearing the different perspectives. Like you throw a chapter of the Bible out at somebody, or take 10 people in a room and have them all read the same Bible verse. They're all going to come away with a different perspective. And that's where the fun really starts. Now you get to exchange ideas, and you get to, if you have an open mind, you get to begin to understand how other people are perceiving the very same thing that you read but have a different idea about. And it's that wonderful exchange of ideas and perspectives that makes life spicy. Yeah. I love it when somebody comes at me and they have a different ideology or a different way of thinking or a different way of understanding. I love it when they come to me in the spirit of kindness and they want to share those ideas. I'm open to it, and I'm open to it. I always say, if I'm not learning something, I'm dead. Yeah. Anyway, So I don't know if you can hear them behind me, but the babies are rambunctious this morning. Joel has gotten into a habit when he gets home from work. He'll sit down and he'll rest for a little bit, put his house shoes on, kind of meander around a little bit, and then he goes to the babies. And he just talks to them, and he's getting all hands-on with them. I was watching last night, and they recognize him. They are a week old, and they recognize him. It's just the funniest thing to watch. They're all starting to get their pin feathers already. Like overnight. May, she's the littlest one. She started popping her feathers. So everybody has little pin feathers on their wings. It's very cool, very cool. So we're very happy that we did that. Looks like we're going to be getting our little goat baby. We're getting a little doling from our friend's granddaughter. And it looks like that could be happening anytime between, well, they should be kidding, anytime between now and like the end of April. So by May, when it gets good and warm, they'll be, or probably by the end of May, middle June, they will be weaned and will be ready to come be part of our crew. So that's kind of cool. That's a lot cool. We're very excited about getting another goat baby. We're planning on breeding the second kid, the second doling. And we'll probably give the kid back to whoever we get the buck from. And, because really what I want the milk production. That's, I don't want a bunch of goats. They're cool. I just don't want a bunch of goats. I don't want to have to manage a whole herd. No. My goodness, that's good. Well, I had to replant a bunch of stuff yesterday, which is fine and good. I always start way too early. And I did it again this year. So I had to replant a bunch of stuff. This stuff will actually make it into the garden. So you guys have seen that. You've seen all the crates and the galvanized raised beds and all that stuff going in. I don't know that I will fill every single one of them this year. A good chunk of them for sure. And of course, I would like to have something growing in each of them. But it just kind of depends. It doesn't make sense for me to grow 700 pounds of tomatoes when 50 pounds will do me for my canning purposes, right? And likewise with zucchini, it doesn't make any sense to have 53,000 zucchinis or 27,000 cucumbers. That doesn't make sense for us. I can only preserve so much and use so much and store so much. So tomatoes are my big focus, and cucumbers, because I do a lot of pickling and I make a lot of different sauces. I make and can enchilada sauce, taco sauce, marinaras, pizza sauce, all the things, right? And this year I want to make my own ketchup. I found a recipe that tastes just like the brand that we like. Price of ketchup through the roof. So yeah, this little girl, yeah, I'm going to be canning it this year. That, and yeah, I've been running around trying to get the house clean. I got to get all these windows washed. And I'm going to start tackling that today because it's too cold for comfort out there right now. For me, I mean, I am not a cold weather person. You would think having spent all that time in Colorado would have gotten me acclimated to cold. No, nay do. I say no cold. Anyway, so kind of the trend around here is I get up in the morning, I take care of some business in the office, I do what chores I've got to do. I get those done, and then I've got about 15 to 20 minutes of me time, which is not really me time. It's figuring out what I'm going to do next, or talking to you, and then I'm off to the next batch of projects. This morning started out calm enough, although it was cold. Have I mentioned that it's cold outside ad nauseum? Anyway, Joel had just left for work. He busted out his big Carhartt coat again. He had just left for work, and I was at my desk. I was doing some of my stuff, my bills, and stuff I got to do in the morning. And the boys, Jinx and Czar and Banji, the 3 amigo cats, were running around doing their thing, trying to get my attention because apparently breakfast was supposed to be an hour earlier today. Who knew? Anyway, so they're running around and they're playing and they're jumping and guys, I'm here to tell you, 3 cats are more than capable of felling a tree. They felled a tree in our production area this morning. Oh yeah. They've got this big, huge cat tree jungle gym thingy. And they were racing. And Czar went all the way up to the tippy top. And Jinx, who outweighs Czar by a good 10 pounds, went zinging up after him, and the next thing I know, it was like slow-mo. No! Yeah, here comes the tree with the cats attached to it. Now, cats are resilient. They're quite remarkable, really. They flew in 27,000 different directions. It was just nothing but golden and black fur. And it was so fast. And the darn tree, it fell and it hit a box of materials for the laser engraver. It sent that careening. I jumped up. What was I going to do? Make it 20 feet across the room to grab the tree before it hit? No, of course not. I sent my coffee cup off into the abyss. I heard it hit the wall somewhere. It's cleaned up now. Yes, I cleaned it up. Picked the tree back up. Located the cats. Made sure everybody was okay. Y'all, I don't need a gym. I get my calisthenics from antics like that every morning. My heart is in good shape. Gus keeps breaking out of the backyard, so I'm constantly chasing him. Goat Girl, if you know anything about goats, you know that goats are Houdinis. Somehow she managed to get herself out. I can't figure out where. There are no breaks in anything, and she cannot crawl over. It's a fully enclosed enclosure because they are Houdinis. I don't know how she got out, but she got out and she was scampering off across the front lawn. I went and got her. It's always something, guys. I had an email last night, and I sat and I thought about it for a little bit. I thought, I'm going to touch on it just a little bit. So my email is right there on our channel page on YouTube. It's available for anybody. And most people who reach out are extremely nice. I had one person, though, last night, and it was a name I recognized from one of the Bible study groups I'm in. Bible study group. And I know that they have a channel, although, I haven't had time yet to get around to all the channels of all the people that I'm engaging with in the different chats. I'm trying. I am trying. But, there are some that I haven't made it around to, but I'm aware that they have their channels out there, and I've got a whole list of channels I want to go check out. So she sends me this email and she says, I think you're just hateful. I think it's terrible that you use your channel as a way to divide people and friendships. And I'm thinking to myself, she must be emailing somebody different, because all of that is the antithesis of who I am. I'm not about any of those things. I hopped over to her channel to check it out. And she's a good sized channel. She has better than 10,000 subscribers. I've got 600 and something right now. I'm tiny. I don't matter. She went on in her email to accuse me that I was trying to run her off of YouTube. And I responded to her. And my response to her was, I think you may have emailed the wrong person. This is Lauren at Making It Home. A little bit later, another reply. No, you're exactly who I was talking to. So I'm not going to engage. That person's probably having a very bad day, or they're experiencing something difficult in their lives. But it leads me to this. Folks, I never mean to be offensive to anybody. I don't. There is no room in this chest cavity. There is no room for hate or meanness. There's no room for it here. No room. I want everybody around me to be successful and be blessed and be sanctified and fortified and all the Ides. What was the end of March? Hey, beware the Ides of March. It just took on a new meaning. Anyway, I want everybody around me to be successful and happy and glowing and blooming. I don't wish ill on anybody, not even people who are mean to me. I just don't. And I'm not in competition with anybody except myself. Every day I get up and I look at myself in the mirror and say, okay, there's a few things that you could do better today from yesterday. And that's my competition. And when you're only competing with yourself, you have no room. There is no room for competition or backbiting or backstabbing or all the things that tend to live in social media. And guys, if you ever catch me doing that, call me on it. Seriously, call me on it. Because that is not acceptable behavior for me. For myself. Anyway, just wanted to clear the air on that. Guys, the only thing that we can control is ourselves and how we respond to things. And I choose not to respond to that because I know it's not true. Anyway, I have windows that need to be washed, and I have some editing I have to do. We've been busy, y'all, and I need to bake some bread. I've got to do something for supper tonight. There I am wondering, what am I going to fix for supper tonight? I don't know. I'm thinking maybe satay. Satay sounds pretty good. That won't sound good to Joel, though. I don't know. I'll find something. Maybe carne asada. Anyway, guys, be blessed. Challenge yourself to do a little better today than you did yesterday. At whatever you're doing. At whatever that looks like. I wish you nothing but success. And to be blessed. And to have that attitude of gratitude, keep looking up. Say thank you. And you know, guys, we'll see you on the flip.